All right, Aqua Gang, what it do, you guys? It's your girl, Empress 777 here today with a general message, okay? This is going to be for new and or current love, baby, okay? Holy angels and spirits give us exactly what we need to know in regards to the new and the current energies. For my Aqua Gang, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, these messages are general, okay? Take what resonates with you, leave the rest. Don't force anything to fit. Use your intuition and your own discernment to guide you towards those messages that feel like they resonate, okay? You gotta feel it. You gotta feel it. So, guys, please click that like button as well as the subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to become a part of the team and you want to be notified when I upload for this sign, which is quite often, okay? So now we got all that shit out the way. Anything else I need to say? Yeah, leave a little comment, y'all, okay? Let's help with the engagement, the liking, and the comments, right? Send me a little, hey girl, hey. I read all the comments. I get my keys down in those comments sometimes. So do that. So shall we go over the pre-shuffle? Here's what I'll say, okay? Things are a little bit different. Things are taking a turn, okay? It's a plot twist like a mother. You may not, it's like if you think about what your type used to be, the way that you feel about this person or the way that the two of you will start to, build attraction or passion for one another, the way the courtship goes, like from the very beginning, feels different, okay? It feels mysterious. It feels, it's as if there's this notion that you do sort of trust this person, or you can see yourself trusting this person. They give off a very strong, reliable, stable energy, you guys, okay? This is a man, okay? You know for a fact that that this is a all woman. They ain't playing no little kitty childish games. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of responsibility. So on the one hand, there's that stability. There is that notion that I could see myself trusting you. You seem to be trustworthy, but we're still going to see. And then there's also this air of, when will I finally know? Why aren't things moving, right? A little bit faster. This is moving extremely slow. In fact, slower than what you would have experience your romantic connections in the past is what I should say. There is also this energy of, that you don't have to worry though, right? But the fact that things are moving at a bit of a snail's pace might be giving you a little bit of anxiety. It's going to be important to keep that in check. We will definitely look into any toxic patterns, anything that you need to keep your eye on, red flags, warnings and stuff, just to make sure you're not feeling that on a more intuitive level because it's actually something there, or if this is just being a fish out of water, right? Okay, maybe that's not the best analogy, right? Because fish out of water, they die, don't they? Girl, what? Okay, let's switch it. Being a fish that has been in a tank, right? A domestic tank, and then being kind of engulfed into an ocean, a big body of water. Okay, it's expansive, it's massive, the options are many, the food is plenty, it's stable, right? You can survive there, but it's definitely uncharted. There's definitely this energy of, do I like this? I mean, I like it. I mean, I'm safe here. I mean, it feels okay. I mean, it feels all right, but what? What is going on? Okay. So you may feel that in your energy off and on. It doesn't feel like a constant or a consistent thing in your mind. I feel like when you're around this person, it dissipates. It goes away because the very first card out was Earth element. Okay, so this is somebody who does have this energy of a nurturer, whether that be a masculine or a feminine energy. It's showing up very strong. It's showing up as something that can be relied upon. It's showing up as something that means business. Okay, you're definitely going to get the feeling that this person is cut from a different cloth than what you were used to. Okay, waning moon. You're still going to kind of keep your wits about you and control, or try to control, is what I should say. Try to control the effect that their energy may be having on you, but don't try to hold on too tight to that controlling energy, because it could affect the momentum, and the momentum is already extremely slow. Okay, so we don't want to affect that anymore. It does feel to be a good fit. And I feel as though this person is going to open your eyes to the way romantic connections can be when both parties are aligned, when both parties are mature, when both parties have something to lose. Okay? Can I just stay there for a second? You know what I'm saying? I won't tap into the old energy too much, but it is pointing me to bring my attention to some of you all's past where you may have been dealing with people who didn't have shit to lose. So it wasn't nothing to fuck your life up. It wasn't nothing to fuck over your heart chakra. It wasn't nothing for them to do that because they didn't have what? They don't have anything invested. The both of you will be invested. The both of you will have things to lose. Okay? So that does put it at it puts it at a higher stake is what they're saying. Now, this is somebody who is acknowledging your worth and who you are as a person and who they can see you becoming in their life immediately. Okay. Do you understand what immediately means? Does that mean that they're moving on that immediately? No, but it does affect the way that they show up. So they also want me to elaborate on that. I do feel like this is somebody who is very picky. The two of you may have that in common. This is also someone who may have been a player or a playette in the past. They weren't fucking people over. Like, they were not being dishonest, but they had a lot of contenders. They had a lot of people that would have been interested in them. And I feel like they acted in a very mature way in those arenas as well, right? Not really wanting to get too deep with people that they knew for a fact would not fit, that they knew for a fact they did not align with. So I definitely like that, okay? This waning moon kind of points to the fact that this is somebody who has learned from some possible tumultuous lessons by way of breaking other people's hearts. So it's not that they intentionally did that, and it's not like they meant to do it. It's just kind of what comes with the arena when you're dealing with a unrequited love situation. So they could have actually told this person or these people, I'm not looking for a relationship right now. I'm not committing to anyone right now. I'm working on something. I'm working on my own energy, right? Like I'm working on building up my capital or my revenue, or working my way up at work, or I'm focusing on this right now, or I just got out of something so I can't fully commit. It's all of those conversations. This person is all about that, setting a solid foundation. And the foundation of those connections in the past were very much clear to those people that there are no strings on this baby. Okay, we don't need to be, let's keep it fun, let's keep it light, let's keep it funky. They know almost immediately, right? Automatically, if somebody will be able to work for the long term. And they may have been attracting people who just weren't that. Yet still delving into that, right? So that's a little bit of something to look at. Because why? Why not just stay single, right? Why not just stay the course of your path and allow things to unfold once you do meet the keeper or once you do meet the one? So this is a very patient person, and your patience is also going to be required. Now, you're not one to want to move things too fast, but I do feel like you also may have been in a position where when somebody is into you, like they're really into you, right? Like they show up in a particular way, whether that be calling you like all day, right? Like every day. You may have run into a lot of smotherers. This person doesn't smother. Okay, they keep their own space while you keep your own. They like to build those foundations slowly, okay, and strategically together. This could be an earth sign, guys. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I do feel like they have a great deal of responsibilities on their end. This person makes time for what they want to make time for. They did not make time in the past, is what I'm hearing. I'm still not feeling that as a toxic pattern because of the truth, right? Because of their honesty and the conversations that were presented to those people who willingly participated in a situationship or a friends with benefits. This is someone who is in touch with their emotions, So even though they know that they didn't do anything wrong, I don't feel like they left those connections unscathed because they don't like the idea of hurting people or breaking people's hearts. They don't like the idea of knowing what somebody deserves and knowing that they won't be able to provide that, or that they're not aligned with one another for them to provide that. And watching this person agree to the circumstances while still seeing in their eyes senses of hope, right? Thinking that they can change it, or believing that they can kind of change their mind, that didn't sit well with them. So they may have been single for a very long time, you guys, when you meet them. They might be a bachelor or a bachelorette for quite some time. For some of you, they have children. They have children. So that's where that nurturing quality comes in. They also may have learned a lot of lessons once their children were born, because they may have moved a little bit differently, like I said, in their younger days, right? Like, play it. Don't give a fuck about your feelings. I ain't got no worries. I ain't got no worries, bitch. Like, okay, if you signed up for this, you signed up for this, right? Like, you want this, then we can do this, but it's going to be on my terms. And then they may have like flashed forward to the future and saw some of that behavior as, damn, what if this comes back on my kids? So a lot of this person's moral values and their values, period, and their moral compass. So they just see life totally different from the perspective that they are living life right now, with the responsibilities they have and the people that they may or may not affect with their actions. Okay, this person may have had a spiritual awakening, and this could be where this new perspective is rooted from. So they care a lot about what they do to people, how they treat people. They don't want certain things coming back on them or their family members or people that they love and care about. They definitely, that's something that is weighing very heavy in the energy right now, okay? So they do look at you as a keeper, but there is this practicality and this patience that might kind of give you pause. They don't want to mess it up. This person does, in fact, know what you desire. They're going to ask, right? And they're going to be really intentional in letting you know that when they date with intention, and they'll be very honest with you if they don't see it going somewhere. I feel like you stand in that same positioning as well. So that's good. That does add a level of compatibility. We have the King of Swords. Yeah. Okay. Very much head over heart energy. This is not love at first sight, guys. This is unexplainable interest at first sight, right? This is attraction. This is having your interest piqued. Okay. Being intrigued. The two of you will be intrigued by one another's energy. There's a power between the two of you in the first conversation, but there's not this notion of, oh, this is going to be my husband, this is going to be my wife. No, there will be a lot of deep conversations almost immediately, right? Like at the very beginning. The swords energy is definitely Aquarian energy, especially the King and Queen of Swords, right? But air signs in general, Libra and Gemini is mixed in there as well. Gemini, they're putting at the forefront and Aquarian energy, right? So there's that articulate and intellectual energy coming from the Aquarian side, and the ability to articulate yourself with precision, which is the Gemini energy, and that's what's coming across in this King of Swords. So the conversations might be really what kind of adds that glue to the two of you. How you see the world, how you react to certain situations, the things that you've overcome and accomplished. We have at the bottom of the deck the Strength card. This could be a Leo, but I don't get Leo energy very greatly. I get lots of earth energy, lots of earth qualities about this person. But again, this person could be an air sign like you, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, right? Yet their life's experiences and the things that the way that they now see the world has them operating in this earth element. They do have a lot of discipline. And I feel like some parts of this person gets a little bit nervous having met you. You may ask yourself why. There's a little bit of nervous energy because, like I said, they were attracting people who they knew for a fact it wouldn't work with. And that's safer, right? Like that's the safer option, because you can't really get hurt in those kind of situations. You're not really invested emotionally. And if they're agreeing to move forward, then you're good. You're good to go, right? Like you haven't set up any seeds of bad karma to come back around, because everybody knows what the fuck is going on and we're all grown. But in this situation, right? Yeah, you're hitting all the right spots, okay? Both intellectually and mentally and emotionally. They may find themselves thinking about you quite often. In fact, in the beginning, thoughts of you popping into their head might actually surprise them. Okay, it might be like, what? Wait, huh? Because that's new. That's foreign, right? Like that, it's been a long time. So that adds that level of vulnerability that they haven't quite had to deal with in a very long time. I do feel like the nervousness is what adds to their reserved energy and their back and forth in their mind. They're not back and forth about you. They are going to be extremely sure about you very early on, and that's what makes them nervous. So they almost want to wait longer than they would have waited before they knew that you might be the one. It makes them want to double check, triple check, you know, really cross all T's, dot all I's, so that they are not in a position of failing or being in a heartbreak. I get the energy that this person, their heart has never really been in a vulnerable state, or it's been a very long time is what they keep saying. So they could have been married before, you guys. This could be a divorcee. They may have not gone as far as to sign the contract, but it could have been what they call a common law marriage, right? So that's like you're together for decades. You know this person in and out. You might as well fucking be married, right? Like you might as well, it's just the paperwork is what's missing, right? A very long-term committed relationship. And it could have been a pain or a hurt or a heartbreak in that situation, which led them to this singleness, right? This bachelorette kind of ordeal. This is how they lived their life. So they never really put their heart on the line. And they never really had the desire to do that before now. We have the Judgment. Wow. Spirit is really taking them through some changes on a mental level and a spiritual level. So there's this awakening within them. I do feel like this is somebody who maybe locked away their feelings, you guys. And be honest with you. I'm not seeing that as a red flag just yet, because as their feelings are awakening at the meeting with you, right? After encountering you, going on dates with you, getting to know you, having these deep conversations with you, seeing how much you have in common, you know, how fine you are, right? Like they love the way you put it together. That's just the surface. Your brain, like her head, the way she thinks, bro, the way he thinks, girl, like, oh. There's a weakness, right? They feel very weak. But I still don't get that they're not giving into the emotions. I don't get that they're trying to tuck them away or ignore them or hide them or project them in a toxic manner. There is this kind of shift of internal evaluation every time they feel something different, or every time there's a new opening within that heart chakra. It's levels to it. So you're like beating all the levels. It's like a video game, right? Like you're beating every single level with ease, babe, with ease, without even trying. You don't even know. You don't even know. And they do kind of view it as a second chance. It's a wake-up call to them, you guys. That the way that they've been living their life without risk, right? No worries, is not the way to live life, right? You just can't feel alive if you're not doing things that may require you to be so vulnerable to the point where you are risking it, right? Like you're risking that. We've all been there, and you have to be in it to win it, right? So there's no such thing as saying that you want love, but you're not opening yourself up to love. And this is some of the realizations that they're having with you. It's definitely healing them on multiple levels. I don't get that this is something that they're sharing with you immediately. They're just kind of having the feelings and they're going inward to unpack them, to understand themselves better, to kind of recognize how they've become and the ways that they want to change. And, you know, it's really inspiring. There's a lot of reflection. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles. Yes. So they also see you as a very caring, respectful, and responsible person, very down to earth. But then there's also this air about you that is adventurous, that is passionate, that is fun loving. For some of you, you may be funny as fuck. Like, you might be very funny, like witty, funny, and it's even more funny because you're not trying to be funny. So it's like they laugh the hardest with you. The things that you say is just like wild. It kind of takes them aback in the best ways possible. And it kind of gets them out of their shell, right? Like they feel more like themselves, or who they known themselves to be before they got their heart broken. So they may be seeing themselves like the old them again. Okay. Let's dig in a little bit here. Thank you so much. So, the ways in which they like to portray themselves before people actually know them is showing up as the Lovers along with the Five of Swords. So you know the way I read this Five of Swords in this positioning, I do feel like they will, of course, be open to the initial attractions, right? They want to be in control of the decisions in their own heart, right? In their own feelings. They don't like feeling like they are falling in love, right? They're like, don't let that alarm you. They don't want to feel like they're falling, right? Because when you fall, it does feel like tripping into love. They want to be aware of what's happening. This is a very self-aware person and a self-aware energy. They also want to feel strong. They want to appear strong, as if they are unable to be defeated. Okay. They may come off, like I said, kind of reserved. That is sort of a defense mechanism. They may come off as someone who, I don't want to say is argumentative, but they do like to debate. Okay, they don't want to come off as a Mr. Me Too or a Mrs. Me Too. There's this energy about this person where you're going to be able to see beyond all of that. And it's like, why are you fronting? I know you're a big old softy inside, right? It's lighthearted, this five of Swords. And it's only because of the positioning, right? It's right next to this Lover's card. So you'll be able to see past some of their bullshit, right? Like the ways in which they try to come off externally versus what's really going on internally. They do try to keep that hidden. They do become a different person once you know them. There's a lot of passion behind this person. Romance, for sure. This is a hopeless romantic, but on the outside, they come off as somebody who, you know, can do with or without love. And I feel like that was done by design, with this Judgment card showing them how they have made themselves into this person whose heart chakra is closed off, frozen, closed for business because of what somebody did in the past. Now, what I do like about this is they put those restrictions on themselves and not on other people. And the way that they're explaining it is they weren't just this man or woman scorn that just went out and wreaked havoc across everybody, right? Like have a bitter outlook on women and men in general, and anybody can get it. They placed the boundary on themselves. And it may be because they feel like it was their fault that they got to that positioning anyway. So they have to be stern with themselves. They have to have discipline. They have to be head over heart, keep things light, keep things, you know, keep those emotions out of the way for as long as possible so you can really get to know what you're dealing with. Okay, so there's this notion of being worried that they will be blindsided, but they want to come off as if they have no worries. Five of Swords crossing the Lovers and no worries, right? Quite interesting. Okay, so their first impression of you. I won, bitch. Bitch, I hit the lottery. Ding, ding, ding. Cash me out, ho. Cash me out. I'll take the lump sum. They're like, will you? They're like, okay, maybe I won't take the lump sum. I'll take a little bit over time. You know what I'm saying? Texas. Wow. So Ace of Pentacles is about the first initial meeting, right? Aces signify the beginning of a new cycle. There is an instant recognition in this person, okay? This feels good to their heart. I feel like they may have drastically changed where they seeked their value after one particular heartbreak. Okay, so their value may have only been stemming from one portion of their life. Maybe they were excessively hanging out with their friends or focused on money heavily, right? And that's where all of their value and positive energy was stemming from. That's where they seeked their emotional fulfillment. And then here you come. They want to make progress with you, you guys, okay? And they are going to be extremely upfront about that, but then their actions will suggest that things are moving very slow. They're going to be very, very careful during the courting process, you guys, okay? There may be a need for this person to possibly seek some therapy, right? Therapy is not bad. That's not a joke, right? They may need to talk to someone so that that person can be from the outside looking in and help them see how they got to this point, right? Where they do fear being hurt so much so that they punish themselves out of love, right? So just keep things surface level. And then that led them to only attract people that it would only go but so far with. They want to be open to you. They want this to work. They're going to really need to, they need to unpack some things that are possibly in their subconscious. Okay. I do feel like this person will be very consistent. Okay. The dates will be consistent. The communication will be consistent. But in your mind, it may also appear as if, well, when are things going to like take off? When are we going to make it exclusive? How long is that going to take? I know they've said that they like me, that they want to move forward with me, that they can see a future with me, but the actions are saying something else. They're not lying to you. Ace of Pentacles. Okay? They see a stable future with you. They do see you as a gift, prosperity, right? A family, if that is something that the two of you want. They can see all of that with you. Yet they keep it very surface level, okay? You may feel like, am I dating my friend? Like, when are you going to hold my hand finally? Right? Like, we've been dating for 6 months. You haven't even tried to kiss me? Like, come on. Who are you playing? Who are you? What are you doing? What are we doing here? You may feel very friendship-ish. That gives me pause. Just slightly. I do feel like this is something that they will be able to overcome. Okay? You are very much so worth it to them. We have the Seven of Pentacles, right? So they're willing to invest wherever and however they need to. But I feel like the investment is stemming from a portion of themselves that they closed off to the world. And that's going to take some work to open up. Okay? This person may be kind of bashful when you flirt with them. Is what I'm hearing, right? Like they may like blush. Not really be able to like look you in the eye for too long. They will look you in the eye, but not for too long, right? It makes them hot and heavy, you know? It makes them want to jump over certain boundaries that they gave themselves, by the way. Certain rules that they gave themselves, by the way. It makes them want to risk it all. But the earth element won't allow them to do that. All of this is going on internally. Five of Swords, right? There's an internal battle. But I do feel like eventually things will come to a head. Okay? We have the Fool at the bottom of the deck. I don't feel like this Fool card energy shows up for quite some time. So just, if you are into this person, it does have a lot of potential. We're going to dig in even further in the extended to make sure that all of this is okay for you. I am biased. I don't care. Okay? For those of you here, as a collective, let's see if it's okay for you, if it's safe for you. Whilst this person is very much worried if it's safe for them, that might add just a quality of stagnation. And I would like to see how long this will continue. I don't want you wasting your time, right? Even if this person is a great fit for you, it's not fair to make you wait. It's not fair to kind of string you along. I don't get that they're stringing you along, you guys, but it is taking a lot longer than normal, what people would consider normal. Now, depending on where you are in your life and your space and time, that might actually work for you. Maybe you're not waiting. Maybe you're not wanting to move forward quickly either. So you're not worried at all. The no worries card might be in your energy. Okay, but I still want to look to see how long. I just need to know. I need to know. Okay. I don't want them having you in this limbo positioning, unsure of if what they said was true, because that's how it's coming off. Even though we can see here that it's very authentic, it's genuine. Okay. The intentions are genuine, you guys. The things that they say to you are real. It's true. Their actions is what's stagnated, and it is adding a bit of confusion. So let's hop over to the extended, okay? I want to really dig in over there, get us some answers. I want to see, what do they really want from you and this connection? What is it, okay? Yeah, that's going to give us the heart of this person's intentions. At the very core of their intentions, what is it? Now, we have the Ace of Pentacles come out, so that is a bit of a signifier, but I just want to double check that, okay? I want to know, how do they show up once they have you? We know how they show up prior to knowing a person. Let's see how they show up after. Are they switching up once they feel like they have you, or once they feel like they know you? Okay, comfortability can breed disrespect sometimes, and I need to know. All right. I also want to know what their exes have to say about them, good or bad. I want the truth. It doesn't matter. We need to know the truth. Ruth. Let's see, where do their greatest insecurities lie, and how will that affect you in the relationship? It's already affecting things at the forefront. We do have Judgment here, which means healing. Okay, so they could possibly go ahead and heal that, but I want to double check. Okay, let's see if there are any additional insecurities that we haven't unpacked just yet, and how that would affect you should you decide to invest in this, okay? I also want to know what blockages could potentially be prolonging your growth towards all the new shit you have coming in. The new people, the new abundance, the new spiritual levels up, okay? The new money, the new finances, the new job, right? Like, what's stagnating things particularly, and how do you release those? And let's see what the potential for longevity and union is with this new person, okay? We're going to be looking at that within the time frame of the next 6 months or so. All right, where are things going exactly? And then we'll look at some time frames specifically for those of you who have not met this person yet. When will you? And those of you who have met this person yet, when you can expect this breakthrough in their own energy, okay? And then we'll get advice, and we'll do a read from the pendulum, okay? We'll have a pendulum read for you at the end. So without further ado, please click that like button and the subscribe button and the notification bell. And I'm going to put the link for the extended reading down below in the description box. And I'm going to see y'all over there. Let's go, baby. Let's go.